To speak about struggle in our faith journey is more than an academic response. Every one of us who lives this life in this fallen, broken world knows that there are struggles. Those can be struggles of pain or grief and loss, broken relationships, sadnesses of heart, spiritual struggles. They can also be struggles in our own hearts, because to be a human is to be involved in that up and down life that is ours. Sometimes we're doing well. Other times we're going through, as ancient writers have spoken, St. John of the Cross, of course, talking about the dark night of the soul, and struggle is a part of this. I think God uses struggle. I know He does. I think of the analogy of a chick breaking out of its shell as a little bird is about to be born. To watch such a moment, a person watching this is tempted to come along and help the baby bird out, to say, oh, it's struggling so hard to get out of that shell. And so we want to help a bit. But in that moment, the struggle is part of what's helping that little baby bird be ready to live. The struggle is necessary. And so I need to remind myself often, as each one of us does, that struggle in the Christian life is a critical part of our growth. I think the embracing of struggle means that we're learning humility. We're learning some really important things. We're learning to cry out to God. Psalms over and over again teach us to cry out to God. Oh Lord, hear my cry. And the honesty of the laments in the Psalms are coming from places of struggle. Sometimes enemies are surrounding the writer of the Psalms. Sometimes it's a struggle of heart. But those struggles should point us to Christ. I often speak of this as thinking about where our feet are headed. Are they pointed toward Christ, or are they pointed away? And as followers of Christ, in the very least, we want to continually turn our hearts toward Christ so that we run to Him, maybe at times falling down along the way, but our feet are pointed toward Christ. Struggle, by its very nature, is hard. No one enters a season of struggle saying, oh, good, I have a hard time coming up. This is going to be great. But an awareness of our own neediness, I think, is so important. The older I get, I think the more aware I am of how God uses struggle to cause me to cry out to Him, to know my own inadequacy, to know my own need of the Lord. I think struggle is instrumental in this. Our adequacy, as Paul says, is only in Christ. That isn't simply an academic thing. I know it at a soul level. Apart from Christ, I'm broke. Apart from Christ, I have nothing. And so I think every one of us needs struggle to humble us and point us to Jesus in greater depth.